Hi everyone, this is Julie Bean with Beadaholique, and today we're going to make the summer solstice earrings together. So this is the earring design that we're going to be making. It's just a really fun kind of statement earring, but it's also delicate at the same time. So you have this really pretty chain by Nun Design. You have some beautiful prestige crystal beads, and you have a white tassel. And just feels very fun and summery to me. And it has great movement, so it's got a lot of dangle action happening for it. And it's not that hard to make. So we're gonna do this together in this video from start to finish. So what you're going to need, I'm gonna put the sample aside, just maybe up here so we can still see it, but we're gonna look at our ingredients first, and then we'll talk about our tools. So for this, one of the focals is this pretty little white tassel. It comes already made, so you're not gonna have to make a tassel yourself. And all the supplies for this are available at Beadaholique. As you're watching this, you can get everything at beadaholique.com. This is called a daydream bead, and this is by Prestige Crystal. It's a really beautiful Austrian crystal bead, and this is in crystal AB. And I like it because it almost feels like a disco ball. I like that one a lot, but it's narrow, so it's not completely round. So it's got a nice narrow profile. And then I have a little bicone. It's in rose peach. Now, peach fuzz is the color of the year for 2024, which is when we're making this video. So really fun to incorporate a little peach, so it's very on trend. These are some little Toho round seed beads, size 11.0, and they're in a really pretty peachy color too. This is this beautiful element right here, which is a nice U-shaped. So this is what made me think of summer solstice. I kind of thought of the sun and the sun colors and just felt very, almost like a moon shape as well. So sun or moon, and I got that feeling from it. Then we're going to need some eye pins. I have those handy. The chain for that nice dangle effect. And then an earring hook as well. Now for your tools, it's your basic tools that you need for almost every project when you're going to be doing like an earring or something like that. We have 2 pairs of chain nose pliers. We have a pair of cutters, and we have a wire looping plier. You can use round nose as well. If you'd prefer a round nose, definitely you could use a round nose. I just prefer the wire looping. All right, I'm going to clear some of this out of the way so that we can have a little bit more space to make our project. So let's just clear some of this out. Okay. Now to start, we are going to start with the main, if we look at our sample again, the main dangle. So that long piece of chain with the crystals on it and with the tassel. And you see that that is one chain that we've kind of broken up into several different segments. So to do that, we are going to start by cutting our chain. So we're just going to cut through one of the links. So we want a chain length segment that is 4 chain links long. So if you count your chain links, we want one that is 4 links long. So we're just going to go ahead and on the 5th link, cut it. Now we need a chain link that is 7 long. So let's just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on the 8th one, shoots across my table, but there we've got our different sections of chain. Now connecting everything together are going to be the eye pins. So we're gonna start by making an eye pin segment using our bicone. So we've got that on there. And we're just going to go ahead and make a nice simple wire loop right after the bead. So you see how we just did that with our pliers. Push that wire down, rotate up to the top, and crisscross. And where it crosses is where you're going to go ahead and trim and place down. So now you've got one link done, and we don't need to straighten up that right now because we're going to be attaching it to our chain. Now you do have this nice piece of wire left. You could convert this into another eye pin if you wanted to, or you could use another eye pin that you have handy. So keep your scraps. Those are nice big long scraps. And definitely you can use them for something else. But I'm just gonna make it easy on us and just use another eye pin. So we're gonna put that really pretty daydream bead right onto it. And now we're gonna do the same thing where we're just going to create a nice simple wire loop right after the bead, which is making it into a little connector piece now because it's got a loop on either side for us. All right, so now we've got that as well. To connect all of our pieces together, we're going to be using a pair of chain nose pliers, and we're going to start from the bottom up. So we're going to go ahead and open up the little loop that we made here at the bottom, slip on the jump ring that's already attached to our tassel, close it on up, go to the other side of that same bead, and we're going to open up the loop up there, which was the original eye pin, and we're going to put on the chain segment that was 4 inches, not 4 inches, oh my gosh, that'd be so long. That was 4 chain links long. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our daydream bead, and there is no right or wrong loop here, so both of them will work. And we're just going to open up this loop, slip on the other side of the chain segment that we already attached, close that loop on up, go to the other side over here, open that loop, put on your 7 link long length of chain and close that one on up. All right, so now you have this really nice, long, sparkly tassel dangle. So that was step 1. Step 2 is building it out. So you're gonna be able to connect this to your earring hook and also this to your earring hook and have that nice dangle swing effect. So what we're gonna do for that is we're gonna open up our seed beads. So think of this as building blocks. Each little segment is a nice building block to your design. So for this one, we're gonna go back and we're gonna take another eye pin, and on this one, we're gonna put 3 seed beads. So 1, 2, 3. And it's just gonna slip right on there. And now we're going to create a simple wire loop right after the seed beads. Let me pull this down so we can see what we're doing a little bit better. Okay, so now simple wire loop after the last of the seed beads. So right there. Crisscross. Make sure all those little seed beads stay in place. Okay, so we have our little loop. Again, where they cross, you're gonna trim, and we're gonna do that twice. And again, keep these little bits of wire. They're actually quite nice and long for this case, so you'll be able to use them in the future. Okay, another 3 seed beads on here. And we're going to just make another little loop. And if you're new to jewelry making, you will get lots of practice making loops over time, and they will become very quick and very easy for you to do. So you'll see that something like this will come together quite quickly. All right, so now we need some more lengths of chain. And in this case, I'm gonna double check my math because I wanna have it the same. I need 3. So if you can kind of see my sample piece, I have 3 lengths of chain, 3 links of chain for each length. Getting tongue-tied in this video. So I'm just gonna cut through the 4th one, make sure that any little scrap comes out, and then I'm gonna cut through the 4th one again, over here for the next one. Okay, so I've got 2 little lengths of links. And so to connect this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by connecting my chain. So I'm just gonna open up that loop that I made. I'm gonna put on the last little chain link. If I can. These are tiny little links. Okay. Close that one up. Do that to my other little seed bead segment as well. Maybe it'll be easier if I just pick this up with my pliers. Okay, and then just put on, yep, that was easier. So just connect on that little bit of chain. Okay, and now we're gonna connect this to our pretty pendant. So we're gonna open up this little loop, and we're gonna take our pendant here, and you see it's got 2 holes in it right there waiting for us. Connect this onto one of those holes and close it on up. We're gonna do the same with the other segment. And I already know I'm going to be wearing this pair of earrings all summer because I really love the dangly kind of statement earrings, but when they're still delicate and lightweight and easy to wear. All right, so this is what we have now. So we've got those lengths hanging from that, kind of that U-shaped pendant piece right here. So we're going to be ready now to next connect all our pieces together with our earring hook. All right, you might have noticed I cleared a few things away since we were going to attach our earring hook, and I actually forgot one step to show you. So we have one more little connector piece to make. So we're going to grab another final eye pin here, and this is going to help our earring dangle properly. So this is just a final little connector that we're going to be making. So for this one, you're just going to go ahead and make a little loop. So this is a very teeny tiny little segment. So we're just going to do one more little loop. And crisscross. Right like that. Okay. So you see where we've got that one little tiny seed bead. We're going to go ahead and grab our pliers again. Trim it. And now what we want to do is we want to open up that little loop. And this is small to hold on to. So we got that little loop handy, and now what we're going to do is we are going to put onto it our chains. And so we're just going via the last chain link. So we got one on there, and now between the two that are connected to that pretty pendant piece, we're going to put our long crystal tassel one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to carefully pull this one up and put it on here too. So we've got all three on there. And now we're going to go ahead and close this guy up so they don't fall off. So this is what you've got so far now. Okay, so you've got this looking just like that. So you've got all of your chains on there. You have that little connector piece up there. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your earring hook, and now we're ready for the earring hook stage, and it has a little loop at the base of it as well. Just going to open up that little loop, and you are going to connect it to that little connector that you just made. So you've got that piece right there. And this allows it to hang nice and free. Now you can try to skip the last step if you don't want that little seed bead connector, but I found that when the chains were just hanging directly from the earring hook, they kind of bunched up a little bit. So I wasn't quite as happy with how it hung. So you can have the long dangle go in front of your focal piece here, this back U-shaped item, or if you want to go in the back, you just literally tuck it in and let it go behind it. Totally up to you. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Again, you can find all the supplies over at beadaholique.com, as well as other earring projects as well. So you'll have lots of inspiration over there. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.